For us to start, okay? So welcome to this workshop. This workshop is open for all, both pre-service teachers and in-service teachers, okay? And particularly for those in-service teachers who came from a long way to arrive in our campus, okay? So it's not very convenient, okay? So thank you for coming. All right. If you would like to use Wi-Fi, you can just go to your setting and look for the network Wi-Fi HK, Wi-Fi.hk via EduHK. It's free, okay? No passwords needed, okay? Because later you need to use your website, okay, and do the searches with me, okay? All right. So today I'm going to introduce you a relatively new approach to vocabulary learning and teaching, okay, a corpus-based, approach to vocabulary learning and teaching. There are many approaches to vocabulary teaching and learning. Okay, yeah, I forgot, okay. Just something, okay, thank you for reminding me, okay. For those teacher participants, at the end of workshop, you can receive our certificate for attending our workshop, okay. And you can just go to the desktop and ask them for it, okay, right. So there are many approaches to vocabulary learning and teaching. Today, I'm going to focus on a new approach, corpus-based approach. Okay. I think maybe for some of you, you have already know what a corpus is or what corpora are. Okay. Particularly my lovely MATESO students, right? Okay. You have already experienced this approach. Okay. Thank you for coming again. I will try to show you some new examples today, but not everything is new. Okay. But it will be new for all those you who haven't attended this workshop before, okay? So my name is Angel Ma, okay? I've been working in the Department of Linguistic Modern Languages. Actually, I've been working here for 10 years. So my 10th year to work here, okay? Actually, this workshop is one of the first workshop among the 4 we're going to conduct for both pre-service teachers and in-service teachers, okay? The next one, I think, will be in February, okay? So the aims of objectives, okay, very quickly. And then we're going to introduce some key terms related to this workshop. For example, what a corpus is, corpora, and what a concordance lines are, okay? And now I'm going to focus on 2 free corpus websites, LexTutor and Words and Phrases, okay? To show you how you can do some corpus searches on these websites. And also I'm going to show you, towards the end, how to design some vocabulary learning and teaching activities based on the corpus searches, okay? Today, this workshop will last maybe less than 2 hours. What you can learn is very limited. So we have developed an online session. On the online session, we have designed some learning tasks for you to self-study, to further explore how corpus tools can be used, to facilitate learning and teaching, okay? And this, we upload all these learning tasks on Schoology, which is an open learning platform for all, okay? But you have to register, but very quickly, I think you just leave your name and email address. You can register on this free website, okay? For accessing those materials uploaded to our online session, okay? Finally, it's a Q&A session, okay? All right. So introduction. Why do we need to use a corpus for teaching or learning? Okay. Well, all of us, language teachers or learners, we all have some intuitions. By the way, have you got the copy of the slides? No. No? So you should have a copy of the slides. Okay. Boxes of slides. Okay, don't worry. We have printed a copy of all slides for you, okay? Don't worry, you haven't got it now, okay? Just concentrate, okay? Listen to me and you will get a copy, okay? Very soon, okay? So as language teachers or learners, we always have some intuition about how language should behave in a particular context, right? But the problem is, can we always trust our intuition? Can we trust your memory? Sometimes we just forget, right? Okay. For example, in the process of writing, well, suddenly you're looking for a preposition which should be used with another word, for example. Should I use insist in or insist on? Should I use attention to, attention on? You forgot, right? Sometimes you just forgot these, very, things which you think that you can remember very well. Okay. Well, in this case, you can just go to a corpus website and, and enter the keyword, for example, like attention or insist. Then you will see many examples which contain insist together with another preposition, right? Okay. So it's very useful, okay? Well, intuitions fail, okay? And as language teachers, or those, pre-service teachers who are going to be teachers, you know that an important thing we need to do is we have to provide students with lots of language examples, right? We can create examples ourselves, but, those examples created by ourselves will be limited for sure, right? Well, if you go to a corpus website, you can find thousands of live language examples, okay? And this language example will be authentic, okay? Most of these examples actually are produced by native speakers of English, okay? Okay, reliable, okay? So in other sense that we can make use of corpus data, to develop some language teaching learning materials, okay? Which I'm going to show you a little bit later, okay? Well, how do you think that our students should engage in language learning? We give them lots of practice, right? We ask them to listen a lot, but sometimes they will be bored, right? So we have to try some alternative approaches. For example, like maybe make them to search on the corpus website and try to observe the language use patterns, try to discover how language, should be used in authentic contexts, right? In other words, learners learn language by doing something. So in this case, they are doing and working, observing, with many thousands of language examples. Okay? So I hope that I have motivated you at least to come for this workshop. Okay? All right. So what is a corpus? The plural form is corpora. Okay. So 2 corpora, 3 corpora, 1 corpus. Okay. This is a classic definition. So it's a corpus is a large principled collection of naturally occurring texts. Written, spoken, stored electronically. Okay, so the electronic texts, large. A corpus can be large. A corpus can range from 1 million words to 500 million words. So it's really large. Principal collection, what does it mean? Language. Why do we need to learn language? Because, we use language to perform different functions, right? For example, news texts are written different from fiction, right? Fictions are written different from magazine articles. So language actually is divided into different types of genres. Okay. So when you collect a corpus, you have to follow some principle. Maybe I just collect a corpus of news. I just collect a corpus of academic writing. You have to follow this, be systematic. Okay. Natural occurring texts means these texts are real. We create these texts because they're used for a real communicative purpose. For example, we have to write business letters, right, for real communication purpose, right? We have to write news texts so that audience can read news, right? So these texts are written for the, real, authentic communicative purpose. Okay? So we collect all these sorts of language and store them electronically in our computer. You can collect written language and spoken language. So what language to focus on is up to you. If you teach spoken language, perhaps you would use spoken corpus. Otherwise, we advise you to use written language. There are many free corpora online which you can use. Most of these corpus data are contributed by the native speakers of English. Okay, that's what we're going to focus today. Okay, of course we can have a corpus of Chinese, Japanese. Okay, but we just focus on English today. For example, like MICAS. MICAS, as suggested from the name, is contributed by the university students from the University of Michigan. Okay, from different disciplines, science, maybe arts, okay? Okay, so different disciplines, okay? And the BNC, as the name suggests, you know that, British National Corpus, so it contains British English, and it's very comprehensive. It has different type sections of language, like news, academic writing, fictions, and spoken and written, okay? And the COCA is the American, contains American English. It's very large. It contains 500 million words. BNC, I think, is 100 million words, okay? So COCA is 5 times as bigger as the BNC, okay? And the word and phrase is very similar to COCA, so it contains only American English, okay? And the search, the interface is very similar. LexTutor. LexTutor actually is a very good one. Personally, I've been using this website for 10 years, since I came here. Okay, so I recommend this website to all of you who are interested in vocabulary learning and teaching. Okay, and in our department, actually, we have quite a lot of in-house corpora. Okay, but it's more for advanced learners to use. Okay, perhaps not very useful for developing teaching and learning materials for at school level. Okay, today I'm just focused on these two. They are free. Free in the sense that you don't need to register, and also you don't need to pay any money. Okay, it's free. Okay, now I'm going to focus on LexTutor, okay? You don't need to search. I'll give you time to search, okay? So this is how it looks like. If you enter LexTutor, you can follow the website, or you can use, if you just have a mobile phone, you can scan the QR code, and you can enter it into the website, okay? It looks, this is how it looks like. A simple question, okay? Particularly for those who didn't know about this question, website, okay? So if I ask you to type a keyword, which box will you type in? Do you see the word keywords? Here, okay, keywords, right? So you have to type a keyword here, okay, to start your search, okay. Now I'm going to show you, just explain to you very briefly, okay. Okay, you type a keyword here in this box, and then you can choose the search functions. There are 4 search functions. If you choose equals, for example, if you just type the word comfort, you only get the words, the concordance lines or sentences which contain the keyword comfort. If you choose family, you can get text which contain comfort, comfortable, comforting, okay, or comfortably, okay. If you choose the function starts, well, then you can get comfort, comfortable, comforting, comfortably, comforted, comforts, okay. So different, okay. It's different from the family. Family, you can have both prefix and suffix, right? But for starts, perhaps you only get the keyword plus its suffix, okay. And the final is ends. If usually we input a suffix here, and you can get all the words ending with this suffix. Okay. So it depends on what your needs. You can specify your search functions. Okay. Now next, you have to choose a corpus. Now the problem arises here. You can see that when you click here, you will see more than 40 corpora. So which corpus are you going to choose? This is our question, right, for you, okay. Don't worry, we did this work for you. We examined most of these corpora, and we suggested, for example, depends on your students' level. If you are teaching up primary students, and we suggest that you can use the Disney scripts, okay? That means in this corpus, it only contains movie scripts for those Disney cartoon movies, so easy to understand, okay? So you can see that they are about 100,000 words, so not big, doesn't matter, still it can be very useful. Or you can use the 2K grid decoders. It contains 920,000 words, still not big. It could be suitable for upper primary school students, and also for junior secondary school students. For teachers' use or for senior secondary school students' use, we suggest use this. BNC in COCA, 14 million. So it contains both British English and American English. Personally, I prefer this one. It's only 2 million words. When you search from a very large corpus, you get lots of concordance lines, maybe thousands of lines. So in this case, it's very difficult for you to summarize language patterns, okay? Often I often use this one. Maybe I get a few hundred, or sometimes maybe less than 100. So I can see the language patterns easily. Okay, and you can also use BNC written speech, but only Brown is also American English. So if you choose the second one, you can have say examples from both American and British English. Okay, and this one is pure British and also pure British. Okay. Okay, now next, after you've chosen, so first you input a keyword here, right? And then you have to specify the search functions, right? Equals, stars, or families, or ending, okay? And then you specify a corpus, right? And now you have to specify here, the middle line, okay, this box. So you have to use the control functions, to control how you would the search text look like. Okay, so basically you need to sort all the text according to the one word, or maybe it can be 2 or 3 words, usually one. Okay, to the left or right of the keyword. Okay, now I'll give you an example. Okay, so if you sort one word to the left, for example, like here we use arrival. Okay, arrival is a keyword here. You see, you choose one word to the left. You see, all the text are aligned, by the first word to its left, right? And if you choose sort one word to the right, you see, the text will be aligned differently. So the first word to its right. So it's very easy. Very easy, right? Okay. Now let me show you an example how we can find the use pattern for the verb insist. So very easy. You don't need to do it now, okay? All right, don't need to do it. Okay. So I have to input the word here, right? In this case, I just choose equals because I don't want to see too many examples. Okay, so equals. Okay, and then you have to choose. Remember which was my favorite one?
B and
Brown and BNC. This one. Okay, only 2 million. Okay, it's not too big, not too small. Okay, and now you have to tell me now. Sorted by 1 or 2. One word, usually one word. Okay. Now to the left or right of the keyword. Are you interested in words that, before insist, then should be the left, or after insist should be the right? Which word? Which left? Which side? Left or right? What do you think? Right side, right? Right side. Okay, yes. And then you just click on the get concordance. All right. You see, so you get many concordance lines. Okay, each of the lines is selected from a different text. You can click. You will see the original text. Okay, all right. All right. So now can you tell me the use pattern of insist as a verb? But you can see it results very clearly, right? Insist on something, insist that by a clock, right? And insist upon something. Doing something, is that right? So very, very clear, right? Results very clear, okay? So at this stage, you can show your students. See, it's very easy. You can't say insist in something. You have to say insist on something or doing something, insist upon something or doing something, or insist that. Okay? All right. Later, you can perform this search according to Appendix 1. We showed you how to do it step by step. So even in this workshop, you missed some steps, which I taught. Don't worry, because everything has been provided in appendices. Okay, just follow it. So that's the first example. Okay. You can also, for language teachers, maybe you would like to create some exercise, gapped exercise for a student, right? So this website also has this function. So simply you just choose here. Remember the control right here. Remember towards this end, this gapped yes or no. If you simply choose yes, all the sentences will be gapped. Okay, I'm going to show you. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, go back. All right. So you don't need to do anything. Just here, gapped. Change to yes, okay? And then you see gap concordance. See? The keyword will be gapped. So you can just copy and paste the sentence and make some exercise for your students. Okay. Okay, now time for you to practice. Okay, now how to? Okay, now you're a language teacher, right? Chinese students often make this kind of sentence. Erroneous sentence. He's lack of money to further his study. So how do you convince him that he can't be lack of? Okay, so how do you use corpus searches to help a student discover that he can't use his lack of? Okay. So now try to practice search yourself. Okay. You can go back to the if you use a mobile phone, you can just use the QR code, scan the QR code, and you can do the search. Okay. If you use a laptop, just go to Google and type Lex Tutor, LEXTUTOR, Lex Tutor. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Just Google Lex Tutor, and you will find www.lextutor.ca. So that's a website you should look for. Okay. All right. So I give you 2 minutes. Okay. If you don't have a mobile device, you can share. Maybe you can find a partner to work with. Okay. Share with your partner. Okay. Because to do corpus searches, for too long will be very boring. So we suggest that you have to make students work together. Okay. Discuss and talk and share ideas. You can lessen the boredom associated with just corpus learning. And if you have a problem, just raise your hand, okay? And our people or myself will come to help you. Now, some clue for you. So when you search the word, obviously the keyword will be lack, right? So which function will you choose? Starts with or equals? So you can try both. The results will be different, all right? So sometimes, which function do I use? Equals or starts? It really depends. Usually you can try the stars, but it might not give you sufficient examples. In this case, you will try stars with, okay? Then you will get more examples, okay? So that's some more clue for you, okay? Right? Have you all located the website? Yes, okay. If you have a problem, just raise your hand and we'll come to help you, okay? So have you performed the searches? So which function did you use? Start with or equals? Which one is better? Okay. So are you in this search interface? Yes. Okay. So maybe you could try both. If you just use lack, okay. We don't. Okay, again, should we sort the one word to the right or to the left of keyword? Right, yes, right. Okay, if you. Oh, because I use a gap function, so I have to remember to remove it, okay? So we have lots of a lack of, right? But usually in this case, lack of is used as a noun, not a verb, right? Not a verb, right? Lack of, okay? So lack of, okay. So we don't get many choices. Maybe we can start. All right. Okay. So you get more. The results would be more varied. So you can see lacked is use a verb here. So lacked something. Lacked directly followed by the verb, right? Lacked, okay? Okay? Or lacking in something. Is lacking in. Be lacking in. Can you see be lacking in? Can you see this? Okay? Is lacking in. Alright? So you can't say is lack of. You have to say is lacking in. Okay? And the word, you see that? Is lacking in. Right? Okay? So sometimes you have to vary the search functions. In this case, I would suggest you stars. Okay? Well, so far perhaps you can show your students lacked as a verb should be directly followed by the verb, lack something. Or if you want to use lack as an adjective, you have to use this word, be lacking in something. Then you can't say he's a lack of money. He is lacking in money. Should be correct. Okay? Right. So any question? Clear? Right? So I do so far at this stage, you'll be convinced more that a Corpus website should be helpful to help you to learn English and also help your students to discover English. So another query, we start with concrete query. How can we help students discover their errors in using connectors? Connectors actually are very difficult to use for Chinese learners. Okay? Maybe not only for Chinese learners. Okay? Maybe it's difficult for all English learners. So what's wrong in the use of besides here in this paragraph? Now remember, this is this is a topic sentence, right? First of all, blah 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 blah. Okay. Well, this is a topic sentence, right? And then second sentence should be. Do you think should be some important information added to support the topic sentence, or some minor information? The sentence immediately follows the topic sentence. For example, like in this addition, right? Do you think this added part should be some important one or less important one, usually? After the topic sentence. Should be something important added to support the topic sentence, right? Okay. Well, we think besides is usually used to support the minor addition or major addition. Do you know the meaning of besides? Use of besides? Well, here actually besides is wrongly used to indicate a major addition to argument. Besides actually I think is a word overused by many Chinese English writers. They use besides all the time. But actually in this case, more appropriate one should be in addition or furthermore to signal a major addition rather than a minor addition. So usually besides you use it towards the end, right? Not immediately after the topic sentence, right? Okay? Right. Well, now look at these three sentences. What's wrong? What's wrong with the use of the three connectors? You can see that the three words are all used as conjunctions, right? But actually, however, therefore, moreover, most often they are used as conjunctive adverbs rather than conjunctions, okay? So here actually, but however, therefore, they can be used as conjunction, but the meaning is different. Like however can be used as a conjunctive, conjunction, but the meaning doesn't mean but. The meaning doesn't mean but, okay? Now I'm going to show you how we tackle this problem, okay? Okay, so you can go to again, you don't need to go now, okay, later you can go, just show you the whole procedure. How to convince the students, okay? You can't use however as a conjunction to connect two sentences, okay? Well, ask them to go to this website, just ask them to follow your search functions, okay? Choose corpus, this one, okay? And then you have to use the function equals, put however, choose this, okay? And then sort one word to the left, not right. Okay. Sometimes you need really to try, and then you know whether I need to sort the word to the left or right. But in this case, we suggest you to sort the word one word to the left. Okay. Okay, let's do it. Let me do it first. Okay. So however, all right. Now, sort one word to right or left. A test of your memory. Okay. Did I say left or right?
Left.
Left, that's right. Now in this case you have to left, okay? And then you don't do, then it's okay. Then you get concordance. Okay, so you got, still a lot. Even for the 2 million corpus, you got 1,183 hits. So that's why you can't use even larger corpus. You'll be chromatic, okay? Well, but it doesn't matter. So you can just examine the first maybe 100 concordance lines, okay? So let's examine however should be used. So most often, for example, like, first stop and however is used here and a comma, right? And then the sentence. If you click the sentence, you can click the sentence. So, however, comma, most of the work he was doing at this time was of minor nature. So even you remove however, this sentence is still grammatic, am I right? So it's used as an adverb rather than a conjunction, right? Okay, correct. So you can see lots of this kind of use. So full stop, however, comma, okay? See? Many, right? And occasionally they are, for example, like this. How and by off, comma, however, comma, used, maybe let's click on this one. Here, this one. Here, the second, look at second. However and by off, okay, 1983, comma, however, comma, used more traditional blah, 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 okay. So in this case, even you remove however, this sentence is still grammatic. So again, it's used as a conjunctive adverb rather than a conjunction, right? Okay. So you can see that after you observe the use patterns of however, you will find many use of these kind of patterns. Okay. And this also I want to alert you to another type of use pattern, which can be shown in example 33. Let's look at 33. This one, 33. So this is a semicolon and however, comma, blah, blah, blah. But this usage is very similar to the usage of the first one. Full stop, however, comma, and then sentence, right? Very similar, right? Okay. It's still used as a conjunctive adverb. Okay. Well, there's only one use, one type of use where however is used as a conjunction. If you look at example like 28. However, we're chosen and cleverly arranged such, memorability. Okay, maybe you can just click on the full sentence. So since the full stop, however, we're chosen and cleverly arranged, comma, such blah blah blah. So in this case, however, is used as a conjunction. So usually it's at the beginning of a sentence, right? Okay, and then followed by another clause. Okay, all right. So this is how we can, after examining those language examples, we can summarize the use pattern of a difficult word like however. So in the first three situations, however is used as a conjunctive adverb. However, comma, blah, 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 okay? Or, we use however to interrupt a sentence, okay? Put in the middle, and however can be removed, it doesn't matter. Or you can use a semicolon, and then you use however, comma. Okay, this use is very similar to this usage, right? Okay, so all these three situations, however is used as a conjunctive adverb. There's only one use when however is used as conjunction, then it's this. The use pattern is like that. Use however to mean, but the meaning is different in whatever manner, by whatever means, or to what extent. It doesn't mean but. Okay, so there's two typical use patterns. However hard at the beginning, she tried, comma, nothing, same to word. Or you could put however to begin with second sentence. Okay, you should always strive to achieve more, comma, however, where you have done before. Okay, great. So any questions so far? Okay, so you can see that when you encourage students to search, you need to give them guidance, right? If you just ask them to search, it's very difficult, particularly for those who first who encountered corpus searches. Okay. So you can see that the word however is much more frequently used as conjunctive adverb than a conjunction. Okay? And also from this corpus search, I hope you know that sometimes we also we do not just pay attention to the keyword or the one word to the left or right of the keyword. Also pay attention to the punctuations before after the words. Okay? Sometimes it also gives us some clue about the use pattern in this particular keyword. Okay? Okay, so this is about Lex Tutor. Any questions? If no, I will just start with a new one. Okay, word interface. Okay, so this is how it looks like. Okay, it contains only American English. Okay, that's the user interface. Now, what information you can obtain from word phrase? You know this information. So you can type any word, you will know its rank from rank 1 to the 60,000. So you know which words are frequent words, which are less frequent words, okay? And also, this website provides definition of words, similar to what dictionaries would do, okay? And also, the wonderful thing about this website is, particularly for those maybe weak learners, or maybe not weak learners, okay? Learners who need a lot of help, okay? It can extract the common collocates of a word automatically. You don't need to observe the patterns. It can extract all the common collocates, okay? And the text analysis is very useful, particularly when it comes to writing. It can analyze, for example, the composition of student words, whether students use lots of high-frequency words or less frequent words, okay? Okay, let's start with a concrete query. How do we help students discover correct collocations in writing? You know, as language teachers, we mark our students' writing errors all the time. Is that right? Okay. But do you think students, you know, if you provide the correct answer, do you think students will not make the same mistake again? They will make the same mistake again, right? Okay. So in this case, we have to show students, okay, how they can find the correct collocation themselves. Okay, don't always try to provide the answer. Maybe sometimes try to make them look for the answer themselves. Okay, maybe you can just underline the mistakes and make students, supply the correct answer next time. Okay, that's my suggestion.